Are you proud saying that?
No, but
Honestly, what is it?
it's such a hot man.
Committing penis, it's not good, it's dirty, it's disgusting, you have infections down there, you gotta treat yourself. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Valentina, and if you're not new, welcome back. So today I have a guest, obviously, my friend, my baby. Yeah, we're really cool like that. So introduce yourself.
Hi guys, my name is Roseline Chimamanda, and I am a blogger, writer, poet, all of them, all of the above. And I'm happy to be on Val's channel today after mini attempts.
The electricity, Nigeria is not kind to its citizens, but yeah, boo boo. Please be kind. This light, just stay. So Roseline and I we are friends, yes, but we are also content creators. But it's just that we channel what we create through different mediums. We are established or trying to be established. She's established, I'm not.
I write and she makes videos.
Yeah.
Summarily.
Roseline, is it weird for you being like, you know, you're usually a pen that you write? Is it weird?
Yeah, I don't know how to act. I don't know how to sit. Yeah, it's weird being in front of the camera, especially when it's so serious. Like there's a tripod, there's ring lights. So I feel like I have to behave myself. So it's pretty weird. One is more comfortable.
I'm not actually comfortable. I won't say I'm comfortable 100%. I'm not as comfortable as I want to be or I should be. But I'm slowly getting that I'm better than when I started. Oh my god, my first YouTube video.
Yeah.
So this is going to be a chit chat. So the first segment or major segment is books. When did you start loving books?
Okay, I've had time to think about this question. I'm just like, I don't know if there was a time because I grew up around books. My dad is a reader. He reads a lot of books. So I grew up in a place where there were books up everywhere. There was a chebe, there was a chair, so all of those things. So there were always books around me. So I don't know when it happened, but I shall know that when I was in primary school, they gave us this novel to read. It was Ralia, Sugar Girl or something. So Auntie Pamela, shout out to you, I think. So she made us read it. So I just realized, oh, that was actually the first book I read from start to finish, and I really enjoyed it. So from then I started looking towards what my dad was reading, and it didn't make sense to me at the time. But so yeah, I'll just say primary school. I don't know the age, but I know I was always attracted to reading and writing stories from primary school. So when did you start loving books?
I don't know if you remember Nanny Boy.
Yeah, we all do.
Yeah.
Son of the Soil, that is girl.
So yeah, I graduated to that Nanny Boy series and I fell in love. I think I started loving books when I was able to read. My sister is 7 and she can't read, so I would say 7. I don't like school books.
Yeah, but I think that's the first rude introduction we all had to reading because we had to read special exams. So yeah, but inside all of that, you now realize, oh, I enjoy literature classes more, or I like when we read comprehensions in primary school passages, and then you start looking for ways to enjoy that outside the classroom. It has to be school because I think if you just keep all of us, nobody wants to pick up a book to read, which is why I struggle to see reading as a hobby.
I do think that if reading wasn't something that people were made to do, people would love reading more.
Debatable, but yeah.
Like I remember literature as classes, they are like, how can I read novels?
Yeah,
like Native Son. I loved Native Son. I wasn't, but people did not like Native Son because they are reading it to pass exam.
Everybody wants to fund reading now.
Yeah,
on Instagram,
every books. I don't think it's for me, Sha. I don't know what about if it's for me, fine. If it's not for me, then
it's for me. And so that was your favorite book, except for 8 Laws of Power. Yes, it was what. Explain to me how that's your favorite book. He wanted to sound intellectual, like we're all reading books, you know, is that, and so everybody's writing article. Everybody wants to find intellectual, so I think that's it. Not everybody that you know. It's on their bio, avid reader, voracious writer.
I don't do soft copies though. Like it's just not for me. I don't like soft copies. I don't know how to do it.
Yeah, I can manage it. I like audiobooks, so I like audiobooks and soft copies because I can move around. They can't do. We're trying. No jokes, you can see. It's smelling small.
Favorite author of all time?
I think everybody already knows this one. It should be Chimamanda because you're the Chi.
Yeah, same for me.
First, I think she was our first introduction to proper African writing. First,
I think it was Achebe.
I
would say first female. But
no, I'm saying okay. It was my introduction to proper African writing because I know I read Papa Hibiscus for Writings Fall Apart. Do you get what I mean?
But most people, girl.
I know everybody and their dogs have read Things Fall Apart. If you haven't read it, you're living under a rock. So she embodies a lot of things, a lot of values that I believe in. So I think it's her as a person, you know. So,
how did you feel like meeting her?
It was a bit rushed because I just remember when we went, like everywhere was just rowdy and everything, and she walked in and it was as if the world stopped. Everybody just stopped, like she had entered. Everybody knew like a new presence.
Did you have a picture of both of you?
Yeah. Sometimes I backed up. I want to say, I want to show my children.
How did you feel like touching, hugging her?
She was signing. I went to the book, so I think there were a lot of people, but she now saw me holding her book, so she's like, "You want me to sign?"
Are you serious? You're the only one holding her book.
I am maybe like one or two other people. So by when we did the book on purpose, I wanted her to sign it. So she saw me holding her book, so she just gravitated. I don't know. I'll meet her again in Jesus' name.
Yeah, I'll meet her too. Sorry we deviated, but you know what we're talking about. So
yeah,
your period, sis. So I think my favorite author would be Chimamanda as well, but on a more sentimental level, Nanny Boy, because like I said,
he said on the more sentimental value, Nanny Boy, and I just remember that this girl poured out. I understand. We all read Nanny Boy, you know.
I don't want to laugh my real laugh on this. I don't like how I'm laughing so much because I know if I'm watching people that laugh, I'm like, why are you laughing?
Does Nanny Boy still write?
I don't know if he writes. I don't know how renowned he is. I don't know how my face looks on this camera, to be honest. Like, I swear. I feel like it's real.
But you just stand up.
I'm like, it's real. It's never saw this face. I don't know.
Well, we've been laughing for more than 10 minutes.
Okay. Danny Boy series really did comfort me. It's just what it meant for me.
For our age, he picked on our interest. Like everybody wanted to.
Yeah, it's just what it meant for me as a child. It holds a very good place in my heart, sentimental value and stuff. So, God, I took it. This English. Please, I want to point out again that this is like my face now. I'm not like.
No, I find out that this is a song.
Yes. When and why did you start blogging?
Well,
answer the when first.
When I started blogging, when I sat down on my computer and opened my blog 2017, I became very consistent with blogging, say 2019, 2020. And I started the blog because I was feeling like a writer, or you can write. I just needed an online space where I could share, because I'll post things on Facebook, people will comment, say, oh, you're good, da da da. So I just wanted my own space where I could just post things and everything. But yeah, when I became consistent, I found that people were reading and they were giving me feedback and they were liking it. So I started calling myself blogger in 2019. So when did you start your YouTube channel?
I started my YouTube channel. I actually created the account 2015. I did not have any particular reason. So on my YouTube, you're going to go to created 2015. I don't think I have a particular time where I was consistent, because for me, consistency is uploading back to back and not breaking in 3 months. Even if you're breaking it once. I'd say I'm being consistent now. So if you ask me when I start my channel, I'll tell you mid 2021. Do you need a reason as to why you love your passion? Like if you're in the music industry, you can say, oh, my music is providing inspiration, or my film, or my this, my that. But is that the reason why? Because engineers also provide inspiration. You can get inspiration from anywhere. Why do footballers love football? I just feel like you don't need a reason. You're just drawn to it. I don't know. If there's a more scientific, better answer, I would love to hear it. Why? Why is because I was drawn to it, and I now realized that they have certain
incentives.
Yeah, and pros, like advantages to it. You want to do it long term?
Blogging. Yeah, I think I'll always have that space until I can't have that space anymore. Like I said, last time I posted was February this year. I'm going to blame.
Are you proud saying that?
No, but see, I'm going to blame school. I'm going to blame life.
Yeah.
Life has been happening. I was in my faculty and a random year 2 student just approached me. I said, oh, I read your blog. I just meant the world to me. It was just her. Nobody knows me as I do. But it's cool. So I just like seeing it. Sometimes I go there by myself just to scroll. So yeah, whether I post or not, it's always going to be there.
I'm not seeing myself not doing this long term. So we are honestly, what is it? We are going into the next segment, and this is very controversial. I think this is one of the most controversial topics. We are feminists, and before you call us man haters, hear what you have to say. Okay, just keep on watching. Val, what does feminism mean to you?
I just feel a feminist is a man or a woman who just believes that both genders should have equal access to opportunities in society, period. Gender should not be a limitation for you to access different things in the world today. Then you're simply feminist. Do you get what I mean? But I think why there's a backlash is because I think feminism is the only ideology that people don't give grace to. It's like you can be a Christian and you can be flawed. You can stand for other things in society and you can be flawed. But once you say you're a feminist, there's a cloak of perfection people expect you to wear. You can't, let's say if you just do or you do something, you make a mistake, everybody say, oh, she's a feminist. Do you get what I'm saying? There are ways to justify you being flawed as a Christian. There are places in the Bible say, oh, have sinned that come short of the glory of God. So it's like, even if you're receiving backlash, you can make an argument for it. So people don't want to know, you're just a feminist, so therefore, when they rape men and women, you should come out and carry placard. Not saying you should not even be, nobody, you don't go out with a man, you should not, even if a man should just, you allow him to stroke your hair back. Someone literally asked me in class that, they were like a boy and a girl in front of the class, so they were just misbehaving. The boy was holding her waist and everything. I was on my seat, everyone was just seeing them in their PDA. The boy that came and started me and told me that, why didn't I go and stop the boy? I said, true life story. I said, stop him, why? Both of them is consensual. She's smiling, he's holding her waist, she's touching him back. So I said, no, but you people said that they are sexualizing and objectifying women and you're sitting down. You know what I mean? I don't know what to answer because I'm just like, bro, I can't.
Tweet one time said, oh, why should the guy say, or why should the pastor, say kiss the bride on the wedding day? Why he didn't ask for my consent? Or why should I kneel down to serve my husband? This thing, like, why is it a thing? And I just feel like that's not sexist.
Yes. For the kiss the bride part, I think I think it was Chimamanda's comments or caption where she said convention is a thing made up by somebody and followed by others. Do you get? So I think kissing the bride has been, there's some churches who don't do kiss the bride. Do you get? People hug yourselves and go back home. So if it's something, everything is not as broad as feminism is, some things are just common sense. If you're not comfortable with kissing the bride, you can discuss it with your spouse that I cannot lock lips with you in front of the whole crowd. Let's now remain that, oh, he refused and then forced you to go and kiss him. That is a whole different conversation. So that's that. And then for kneeling down to serve your husband, why? I think for me, why I do is because some things are as custom and tradition, per se, for some people. And while some people are not comfortable with it, you just have to, go along with it so they will not do it. But if it's something you vehemently disagree with, then for me, what I'll do is try to balance it out in my head. I've seen a couple where I think they made it to Insta blog where the man said the woman doesn't want to kneel down, so he didn't allow her to kneel down to give him wine. She was going to come and just do it. Anybody will shout, he didn't allow her to do that. So you have to reach a consensus with your partner. But me, how I balance it out in my head is when I'm in a relationship with somebody and then it's time to propose, and I believe anybody can propose, man or woman. But in my case, most likely, and the man proposes, he's going to do it, he has to do it on his knees. I was one that if you're chatting with me on the bed and I can say, you marry me, I'm not you do it again. I'm sorry. And that's how I balance that in my head. I don't mind kneeling down to give you wine.
Do you know how you go men propose? ask your
baby
mommy
girl
how she was proposed to. Is I don't even
want
know.
to come ask your parents.
Yes.
They was having a conversation. They said, should the woman contribute for engagement ring? I said, when I'm done on my birthday, I also do a susu for my birthday present. We'll do piggy vest to donate my birthday present. Just do something. It can be small. Do you get? It can be. I'm very easy to please.
That act of kneeling down and then looking down at your head. Yeah.
But we need that for each other. We're going to marry for a longer time. So
why do you think it's a negative connotation to feminism?
First off, I believe that feminism now has been associated to extreme versions of it. Do you get? So people are being extreme about the whole movement. So a lot of people don't want to associate with it. It's like, I know what this thing stands for, but then there are a lot of people who are misunderstanding it now, and there are plenty of them. So I don't want to associate with the whole movement again. I'm nobody's savior, so I'm not going to try to dissuade anybody from that mentality. But what I believe is, every ideology has extremists. They are religious extremists. They are Christians who are extremists. It doesn't stop Christians from being Christians. They are political activists who are extremists. It doesn't stop good leaders, we don't have them in Nigeria, from emerging. Do you get what I'm saying? But when it comes to feminism, like I said, there's an error. It has to be perfect. It has to be set in stone. So
there's actually this connotation that Christians are judgy. Or if you identify as a religious person in Nigeria, that means you're this hypocritical person. But you can identify as a religious person when there's also negative connotation to it. Are you seeing how that's unfair? And you're hurting the movement if you're running away from identify as a feminist. I don't understand that people don't like labels, but I'm just saying I wear revealing clothes, and there's this negative connotation people just saying. They say, oh, I can I can take you to bed easy. You're a prostitute. You're a rose girl. It's better stop me from wearing revealing clothes because I don't want to identify as a slut. That's your personal problem.
You know the funny thing, I don't get when people say Chimamanda is extreme. Like, I've not seen it.
I used to tell them, show one example. Just show me one.
Yeah. Can I see this? Show me this.
Show me one time.
Let me know. Let me see one. They used to chew out.
Because if somebody comes out and says, "Oh, women should kill men," somebody will not attribute this to Chimamanda. I'm like, this is
she keeps quiet. But I think I watched, it was her interview with Ebuka or something, where she said, after handling her loss, she has zero tolerance for book crap now. So I cannot wait for her to, these people, for all this libel and slander, just say, come to court, come and say where you saw me, how I said it.
And I do understand that your feelings are valid. It's okay to feel like, oh, feminists these days are human haters and things like that, but not all feminists are, and you should be able to know this, okay? You will see people that will come and start saying not all men are rapists, but
a number of you are.
I know a lot of you are, but if I come,
someone watches that on the video and drag me, but it's okay.
There's so much rape and sexual harassment and everything. Who is not doing it? But basically, I'm trying to say that it's just
bring up boys are raped too, which is very counterproductive.
Yeah.
Like I told someone once that if the only time men talk about being raped or being abused is when a woman is talking about being raped or being abused, maybe it's not happening. There are boys who grew up with house nannies who touched them inappropriately and it's so bad. But it feels like everybody's keeping quiet until women, as a means to silence women, you tell them that, okay, see what's happening.
You're discrediting my experience.
It's even like gaslighting for me. It's like, okay, these people, why are you complaining? It's happening to us too now. Don't discredit somebody else's experiences, and that's what they do. Oh, men are raped too. Or the most hilarious part of it all is men who say women are complaining about issues affecting women. They say things like, why are you not talking about men too? And then I'm like, you guys say man.
Well, in Chimamanda's TED Talk, we should all be feminists, she said something about it's 2 secondary school students, boarding school, let's say like canteen time, the boys expected to pay, but they're giving both of them the same pocket money. So why is the man expected to pay? Isn't that pro-men? So I just feel like don't have selective blindness. We include men.
But people I can just not agree with people that are telling me there is no problem with gender. I feel it's very deceitful. Talking, where's the problem?
So what's your most sexist experience?
Sexist experience? There's a lot. But I think one that was very jarring for me that I saw, normally you just be feeling things, you're thinking maybe I entered the same motorcycle with my brother, and we agreed on a certain price to pay the bike man. So when we got to our stop, he essentially said we had to pay him double. Because why? He said we were two and I was heavier and blah blah blah. So I'm just saying, this is not the plan. You did not tell us what we said, Johnny, blah blah blah. So we're just going back and forth generally. He just ignored me. I was talking to my brother. I said, no, God, look at me. I'm talking to you. He said, Auntie Pico Cello, wait. And he was talking to my brother that, oh God, I'm saying add extra money. And it just occurred to me that he rather, in his mind, he's thinking, I'd rather reason with a man than to talk to you. And I remember I called his attention like 3 times that listen to me, I'm the one paying, I'm not talking to you. He's like, I know, you say something along the lines of, no be woman, they handle money or something. I'm talking about, and you can't tell me that he assumed maybe he was my husband because I'm bigger than my brother. He's a small boy. You will know that this is the auntie of this trip. But yeah, he turned and he was facing my brother. And I think in that moment, it just dawned on me that, so this was happening. So it had to happen to me like that from my ex.
I'm going to insert like a clip of what happened, like penal code. You guys talk about how we can now I feel like it's still.
Did you see that one that apart from the one that the guy used a machete on the woman because she refused to go that side, there was one, she literally did a video of the bruises and everything, and her son was just going around her voice saying mommy sorry that her husband had. I think the guy is a journalist, he's working with a popular radio station, and she did the video, everybody Nigerians, oh my god, let's help you. At the end the governor of the state made both of them, as it made them, I don't know, public appearance that they are back together. So I'm like, when they kill you, he will marry after 1 year and say, I need someone to take care of me and the kids.
Aside from the penal code, some countries, some Arabian countries, you can still vote, you can still drive without a man, this, that, and I just there are no child marriage laws in America. to marry a man twice as old as you. Whenever someone sees a man yelling, let's say he walks into a bank or an eatery, he's yelling like, oh my god, that's sexy, he's standing his gun. But if a woman, you are yelling, you are nagging, what
yeah, did you see that survey that happened? Like they did the experiment or whatever in university. They didn't know, the people working there or the students didn't know. They essentially brought a man and a woman and a woman. A man and a woman. A man and a woman. They asked them to act exactly the same way. So at the end they told them to give a review. So they asked the review, the man, they say he's confident, the woman she's bossy. The other one he's firm, the other one she's rude. I mean, the same behavior, but that behavior in the body of a woman. So
women can't be sexual beings in the way men are. Yes. Men do silhouette challenge.
Choke me, daddy.
Choke me.
But if a woman now, she's a prostitute.
I'm just like, okay, I was this challenge on YouTube. Asking guys questions that women are afraid to ask, and someone said, does having sex too soon affect things? And then he said yes, that he was kind of see you as devalued. And I couldn't obviously agree on the video. I wanted to ask, so what should I see you as? It's just so funny. The value. Oh, you gave it to me too soon. You gave, like, I don't understand you. Or you also gave it to me. It takes two to tango.
So if someone meets you and they become devalued, is the problem not you, like the person? Do you get what I mean? If I meet you and I become bad, it's not you.
Committing penis, it's not good, it's dirty, it's disgusting, you have infections down there, you gotta treat yourself. Sexual being, everybody's sexual being, do whatever you want to do. My problem is, how are you seeing it? Are you seeing yourself as Victoria? Because are you mad?
When men seeing vulgar things, it's like angelic, white, celebrating. But if a woman is dirty,
it's like, oh, you can slap on my and suck it, they'll be singing it too.
Yeah.
When I talk about my wet ass, blah, 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 not me, not mine, but when they talk about their own, you have a problem with it. Why?
I see with it, so I don't know. There's a problem.
There's a problem.
And I haven't had the con. Like,
I'm unable to count.
Yeah, because I feel like everybody has access to resources.
It's like Disney Channel stars. So we have Vanessa Hudgens, we have Demi Lovato. So people are talking about them. Oh, they are now spoils. This, that. Kisa Kosarin from the Thundermans. Oh, she's not this, she's not that. And I'm just like, what was Zac Efron?
To show you how this sexism is not of us now. I was literally going to say he's such a hot man. I caught myself.
How is your role model?
That's a big question. I don't know. I think I draw things from different people. I can't put it. Maybe if you ask me this question now when I was secondary school, I'd just say Chimamanda and Literature, I'll say my mother or something. But I just realized as I'm growing, it's not one person. It's not one person, because I think that's even the problem. That's why people get disappointed. I think people remove the humanity from people when you expect this person is your mentor, you remember, so this person is perfect. This person can make the person makes a mistake, you have cancelled the person. To me, I draw from different people, even random people.
I think I am my own role model for the most part. I love Beyonce too, never ever ever. But there's nobody that's relatable. For me to draw inspiration from you, you have to be relatable. Just like this my YouTube thing now. Okay, who inspires you when it comes to blogging?
I think when it comes to CCME. I think it was handwritten at some point where she would write and post it to people and they would send her written replies. She had a blog, Jesus.com. She talk about witches, talk about men. Like, she used to write and she was so relatable. I think she was my first, and then Cassie Daves. Cassie Daves too. So just reading those women and seeing them documenting their lives, I think I was just like, I can do this too, So yeah, they were my inspiration when it came to, blogging. And then Dima me too, she was writing too. Even if it was just beauty and makeup. But it's just interesting to me that you can do something, maybe you've lived your life and then I can relive it by reading it. So it was just beautiful. And I wanted to give people that too. So yeah.
Whenever someone says they're not a feminist, I just ask, what are your views on gender? Everything we say, we just said now, they support it, but they just don't identify as feminist. And I've learned that, and I think what I should be focusing on isn't what you call yourself, but what you mean by that statement. So if you're a feminist, I shouldn't be concerned, oh, are you a feminist, so you're my friend. What do you mean by being a feminist? So I ask everybody, it's a starter question, like, what are your views on gender? what are they? So if you want to call yourself a bucket, but you still believe men and be like, well, do whatever you want to do.
I mean, I get it. Some people don't like labels, or it's heavy now, and people are confused. There's first wave feminism, second wave.
So I understand.
Feminism and LGBTQ. So it's like a lot of people are it's too heavy for me.
So people just say I'm just a human being.
I am a woman. I'm a humanist or womanist or some other thing, but I don't know. Whatever you identify as, please,
have sense.
Just stand against all injustices.
Yes.
Whether it's against genders.
Yes, whatever you stand for. I think that's the goal.
Because it's so hypocritical that someone said, and they were dragging that by others too. Someone said if NSAS, the policemen were harassing mostly women, it will not get so much attention.
Yeah.
Because when the Abuja rape happened, the policemen were raping women in Abuja with pure water islands. Women in Abuja came out to protest, and we had it didn't blow up like that. But now policemen are arresting people because of drugs, and they are standing and they are with laptops. Everybody's opening. Even when I think the governor of Lagos State on Twitter said that when they complained about robbery, he said they should be winding up. All our leaders are crazy. We said they should be winding up so that they'll prevent the thieves from coming to them. And I know the internet broke. How will you say? I'm like, it's the same for women now.
People say, oh, that he gets triggered, and I mean, it's people say, you're walking around, like walking past this place at night and it's lonely. So why will you dress like, let's say they want to rob you, because of how you dress down, they will not rape you. You fool! Like when you carry car, you're passing your son.
Should be that place is lonely. Show are all meant to be at home.
You're supposed to like sad. I'm not specifying answers, but show you're mad me. Why you with dreadlocks?
Do you get? Some people don't get.
Why you with your iPhone? Buy Android now.
Yeah, that's Yahoo boy starter pack.
That's Yahoo boy starter pack. So everybody knows. So why you going
to and shave your hair? This thing.
Oh,
result molo, so that they will not arrest.
So I feel like.
If NSAS people were shooting women or arresting them because they were revealing clothes, you will see everybody, even our parents. Yes, she should have covered. If she did not, she was showing her breast. That's why the police.
Marital rape is not
police. It's not a crime in Nigeria.
And I'm just like this.
1 in every 3 girls have experienced sexual assault at least 2 times. That's 10,000 girls every day.
I protested and I tweeted, I've never had anything, I will never justify NSAS. I'm just saying, keep that same energy. Okay? Yeah. So, thank you for sticking with us up until this point. Really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thank you. We hope we're able to learn and unlearn some things from this video. Thank you for sticking with us. If you're still here, like, subscribe, share. We just hope that your views on gender have been, are now different in a good way. With the help of this video. Yeah,
or not. Well, my
it's okay if you disagree with some of the things we said. Call me out in the comment section. Call us out in the comment section rather.
Call me.
Chimamanda, if you're watching this, you have high hopes.
You have big dreams.
I don't care whether it's today, 10 years. I know I'll meet you and I'll be like, okay, see the video I made.
For the record, we're hotter in the previous video, but the devil was showing himself strong.
So yeah.
So he's not gonna see the light of day. Yeah.